Welcome to Monkey Tactics. This is Mike speaking, and today we are gonna do our first army showcase. Yes, today it's gonna be the Emerald Vipers that we show off today. I've got some pretty nice comments from you guys that you really liked our armies and how we paint them and such, and also that you requested some painting tutorials and things like that, and I will definitely try to put that out. I just have to look at my setup at home, and I need some better lighting and stuff like that, but I get to that as soon as I can. But anyway, I had a chat with Chris about it, and we figured why not just put out some army showcases for our armies. We have quite a few now on the channel. I mean, I have 3 armies, soon a 4th one, and Alex has 2 now, and Chris, I think he has 7 armies. Yeah, he's a bit mad, but anyway, so why not show them off to you guys, what we have and what we can do and what options we have for list building and such. So I'll try to film as good as I can, but as I talk, I'll put some high def shots so you can view the models in more detail. This is just, I think without the heroes, I think it's just below 8,000 points. Yeah, with the new points changes lately. But I think with my heroes as well, the special heroes, it's a bit more. So a little more than 8,000 points, I think. And it's mostly primaries. I have a few old marines. I have my Storm Raven and Drop Pod and some Devastators and some things, and well, yeah, and also have this my old marines. They ended up there. There are some, I don't know, there's some Centurions and the Centurions I have stripped for parts, and some Terminators, and oh, actually here's a Landspeeder Storm. I could use that actually. Anyway, and some Necrons, and yeah, anyway, I don't use that anymore. I try to stick to primaries most of the times because they're just awesome. Oh yeah, I have some old Venerable Dreadnoughts as well. I mean, they are really good right now, so why not play with them? Yeah, so where should I start? So let's start with the heavy section. I have my 2 tanks. I have my 2 gladiators. They're actually not quite finished painting, so I'm not gonna show you the close-up of them. I have my plasma dudes. What are they called? Hellblasters. And I have some Eradicators, a couple of turrets, Devastators, and yeah, 2 Tech Marines. That's the Pharaohs model, and then the custom Primaris Tech Marine model. So that makes up my heavy section. And then for the elites, and yeah, the flyer as well. And for the elites, I have 3 Venerable Dreadnoughts, or Dreadnoughts that I usually, or almost always, play as Venerable Dreadnoughts. I have a Redemptor, and of course Aggressors. I would love to have more Aggressors. They are just awesome. I mean, they got nerfed now, but they are still really cool and really awesome. But yeah, I have other things to paint, so I'll see what I do in the future. Yeah, of course, the Vanguard section. I haven't played with my Vanguard Marines yet, I think. Oh, sorry, the Blade Guard, I mean. I haven't played with the Blade Guard yet. The Lieutenant, of course, because why would you ever play with a Lieutenant when you can have a shield now? But I have a White Scars list that will come up on the channel soon-ish, where I will use them. And also I have 3 more unpainted that I got recently, so they will grow. Yeah, and the meat of the army, I have 10, 10, and 5, 25 intercessors, some Thunderhammers and Power Fists, and yeah, and then some Assault Intercessors and transports, 2 transports for them. And yeah, that's all the troops. And then I have fast attack section, which is 2 units of Inceptors, Suppressors, and all the bikes. I love these bikes. And the two ATVs that are really new, I haven't played them at all yet, actually. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, and also this Chaplain on bike is new as well. It's gonna be awesome to play with him and this whole section. And I have what are they called? Storm Speeder, the latest speeder, in the works. So he will also join this fast attack, hard hitting section, or hard hitting, I don't know, but yeah. And then I have my Phobos section with Dreadnought. What is? I get the name. Invictor. That's the one. Eliminators, and then Reavers, Incursors, and Intercessors, and yeah, the Psyker, and yeah. So 2 lieutenants there. Oh, actually, oh yeah. This is the captain, and that's the Reaver lieutenant. That's the I guess Incursor lieutenant. Yeah, and then I have my this guy. What's his name? Vanguard dude. I forget the name, but you know who it is. And they are painted, you know, as you can see, a little darker, just to yeah, make them a bit more sneaky looking. In the front I have my heroes. So regular original Primaris Chaplain, the Apothecary, and then Primaris Captain. And this is actually the White Scars Captain that I converted quite heavily, actually, because I don't know, I just was in the mood for some converting, and and then the Gravis Captain, and the Primaris Librarian, and the Judicar, which I don't think I have played with yet. I have to do that at some point. And then Tor Garadon as well here. In the box, I also have some old Assault Intercessors. I think 10 of them, and then I have some regular old school Marines. I think I have 10 or 15 regular Marines and 15 Scouts. I think I used to play them quite a lot in 8th edition, but since they became elite and not really that great anymore, I don't play with them anymore. I started this army back in 2014, I think. I picked up the hobby again after, yeah, more or less since I was a teenager. So that would be, yeah, in the 90s, I guess. I played a little bit early 2000s, but didn't really play until 2014 when I picked it up again with some colleagues from work. We did this like ramp up tournament. We painted up 500 points, and then we played some games, and then we went to 750 points and so on, and we did like a small campaign where we took over sections on the map, and that was pretty awesome, actually. And yeah, and that made you motivated to paint up. But yeah, and most of the other guys, they dropped off, but I just continued to play, and because I realized how much I love this hobby, so I couldn't stop. It was really not a question about, you know, what faction I would play. It was more a question about, you know, what chapter will I play, because it was, I mean, I always loved Space Marines, and so it was not a question of not playing Space Marines. But back in the day when I was a teen, I played Dark Angels, and also I felt I didn't want to play one of the special chapters, so like Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, or Ultramarines, or I wanted to do a custom chapter. And I think the original idea with these guys was that I don't know, I always liked the color green, and I came up with this idea that they would be like, you know, jungle themed chapter, sneaky, and I think the original idea was that this should be a Raven Guard successor chapter, and I used to play them a lot as Raven Guard. But when we started this channel, then Alex came along, and he plays Raptors, so I figured I'll let him do the Raven Guard part. So now I run them mostly as, like, if I want to do a shooter list, I run them as Imperial Fists or Iron Hands, and if I want to do a close combat list, I run them as White Scars. White Scars are really great. I love playing White Scars. and occasionally salamanders. Actually, next game I'm gonna try to take on Chris's, his nasty Drukhari with a salamanders list. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna feel these two guys, these two puppies. Let's see how it goes with them for the first time. So I was really not a competitive player, not until I think 2019 when I met Chris and we started to play more serious. We went to tournaments close to where we live. So before then, I basically just like to collect. So before primaries came along, so 8th edition, I just bought what I felt was cool. For example, this guy, and painted it up and played with it. I didn't really care about what's the best tactically the best unit and so on. Just went by rule of cool. But then primaries came along, and I actually wanted to collect everything because I love to collect to get at least one of each new model that comes out and paint it up just to have it. So that's basically what I have. Obviously, some, as you can see, some I have more of, and that was also when I started to go to some tournaments, and I needed some more options when I put together my lists. I always loved the painting aspect of the hobby. I think I like it more than play, and I don't know. I think I love all the aspects as much. I used to do a lot of conversion, but I don't do it anymore, mostly because of time, because now I have kids and life gets in the way. But yeah, this is more or less it. I have some more stuff in the works that's coming up. I have a storm speeder, as I mentioned before, some more blade guards, eradicators. I know I got 3 more of them because they're pretty good right now. Probably by the time I have painted them up, they're gonna be nerfed, I suppose. But that's how it goes. And I have another. Actually, my assault intercessors, the right ones here, they are from the Indomitus kit, but these guys are actually converted because I think I had 5 leftover Hellblaster bodies that I took and made into intercessors because I thought, I need more bodies, but I don't know why I thought like that. But anyway, but then Indomitus came along and the GW introduced assault intercessors, so then I took them and just put on chainswords on them, so I had 10 of them now. So I actually have 5 more of those unpainted, and I think I will paint them up soonish because if you run white scars, it's pretty nice to have 3 of them. And yeah, that's it. That's my 8,000 points of Emerald Vipers. If you have any suggestions of if I should get something in particular, or like how you would, if you would, like this would be your army, what list would you put together and such, that would be highly appreciated. That's all from me for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.
Welcome to Monkeigh Tactics.